Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Like getting hard, that's the reason you call on God. I am the reason that you'll be calling off from that little stupid thing that you call a job. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. Alright now. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. You got a hard head because of your body soft. Any disagreements, I had to call it off. Wish you know the star like this was a Mazel talk. Baby, now you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. The red and the blue pill just might be some Adderall. Game me so sick and I don't need a Tylenol. Don't need your 2 cents, I ain't even asking y'all. Even if you give it, I am not mad at y'all. In this demonic world, it's raining cats and dogs, lions and tigers and bears and the rats and frogs. Yeah. Just gotta ask if you motherfuckers mad or not. Cause y'all motherfuckers is living in Babylon, where everyone and their grandma gon' have a god. Everyone relationship getting sabotaged. It's that like music, I got a big catalog showing everything humanity getting wrong, yeah. We were just going in spirals and circles. I just think I had my eye on a Virgo. Trust me, my lady, look, I wouldn't hurt you. I wanna merge you, what we created, the sky be purple. I ain't Harry Potter, but let me go get my magic wand. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Like getting hard, that's the reason you call on God. I am the reason that you'll be calling off from that little stupid thing that you call a job. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. That's right. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. You know. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. You got a hard head because of your body soft. Any disagreements, I had to call it off. Wish you know the star like this was a Mazel talk. Baby, now you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. It wasn't afterlife seeing shit after all. When you pass away, that's when your soul is passing off. I need a bitch, I don't need me a nagging broad. Need someone with me, I don't gotta act at all. Sappy or sexual, we gonna shadow box. Your little dreams always make me a magic eye, yeah. All your desires is built off your habits, dog.
For real.
Don't give a fuck about you or your little ratchet bro. Smoking on cabbage, back to back Dragon Balls. Go to a whole nother world like an avatar. Girl, I'm a fertile, your eggs like this caviar. I'm the best singer and I'm the best rapper, y'all. How the best rapper don't sound like he rap at all. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Like getting hard, that's the reason you call on God. I am the reason that you'll be calling off from that little stupid thing that you call a job. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. You got a hard head because of your body soft. Any disagreements, I had to call it off. Wish you know the star like this was a Maserati. Baby, now you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah.
For sure. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Peace Dealer. That is peak dolo. Y'all have to. That's my favorite project. I ain't across. Nigga. Yep. I am manifesting an entire tour with Dolo the Pilot Man. This dude is really the GOAT, for real. If I can pull this off, y'all, I am actually doing this 2022 meetup tour just so I can be John the Baptist and spread the word of this Archangel tour. Michael and Uriel coming together to a city near you. Like, I want to organize and plan this tour. We're going to put an album together. We already got a few songs. And, like, y'all got to help me manifest this tour, y'all. Thank you. Like, you understand, like, this is what the collective needs right now. So just put in prayers for that, because I'm putting that together. I wanted to start happening, you know what I'm saying, this year. And the first thing I wanted to say before I go in was that it's the end of the world. Okay. But before that, what I wanted to say before that is this is a channeled message for some of you. You may feel uncomfortable with the expanding sense of your value when you enforce your boundaries to those who you may have put on a pedestal. It may feel weird for you to actually feel more of your power than you're used to. This weird feeling can make you feel like you're being too arrogant or you're being too unreasonable. These are growing pains. You are leveling up And in the case where leveling up may feel uncomfortable, embrace that uncomfort. Okay. Manly P. Hall says, if a man is controlled by his stars, then he is a fool. I need you to understand that that is a straight up fact. Okay. Forget about people who look at the art of astrology from the outside looking in, but if you ask them what their moon sign was, they say, oh, because they don't know fucking shit. Okay. This is a very true statement. The whole purpose of understanding your natal chart is so that you can free yourself from the influence of the stars. Your understanding of your star placements gives you an awareness of unconscious patterns that you can free yourself from so you're not chained by the archetypes of these energies. Yeah, you have people who use astrology to like make excuses for them, but pointing out aspects of your chart are liberating. Don't let people who have never read a natal chart or can't work their way around a natal chart influence you with opinions about astrology because they don't know shit. They don't know shit at all. And listen, if you want, listen, we're at the end of the world, y'all. So, like, we're officially in apocalypse territory since 2020. Like, if you're ever thinking of who you would ever be with if the apocalypse happened, some people are revealing who they truly are. And so, like, your apocalypse team is showing themselves. And if you think about it, in a world where it's not fucking ending, you're playing yourself. There is an entertainment industry that billions of dollars are being paid out to distract you from the fact that it's the end of the fucking world. If people knew it was the real apocalypse, they would prioritize their soul, not worldly things, based on a society, a crumbling society, has nothing to do with you. Shout out to you who has recognized this, walking the path less traveled, preparing a way for the new generation of children who see who's who. Please do not think that these children do not see who is who. Please do not think that these children do not see who is who. These children who they are fighting this war over and lying to and brainwashing are psychic enough to see who is real and who's playing the part. It feels like war because it is war. So, welcome to Pluto retrograde. We're going in. Whenever I do transit talks for trans-Saturnian planets, we go in. Okay, this isn't Venus, that's more romance, or Mars, that's more sex. This isn't Mercury, that's 3D information, the lower realm, where we have to tell when we talk about these planets, we have to be pop culture relevant because these are personal planets. When we talk about Pluto, it's the end of the fucking world, baby. None of this bullshit matters. None of this bullshit matters. Like there's mad Scorpios out here who are mad bitter because Scorpios did the right thing and they were actually pure in intent. They could have been shisty like half of these motherfuckers, only for the world to punch them in the gut and be like, we're taking advantage of you. And now you have serial killer Virgos out here taking their revenge out on a shitty society. It's the end of the world. Pluto really is going to kill us, but it's not really a bad thing because death is only a new beginning. Now, some of you are immortal. And for those of you who are immortal, your eternal life is entrance into a new heaven and a new earth. So, welcome me into, and I welcome you, this Pluto retrograde transit that will give you more evidence than ever that we're at the end of the world. You're going to start to see evidence come out that all the shit they told you 2020 and 2021 was a fucking lie just to distract you from the fact that they resetted everything and it's the end of the world. So pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get very vulgar in this because none of this shit is funny. And this is going to be very haunting for people. Pluto was pestilence, okay? 2020 and 2021 was the engineered reset of the global construct that you're a part of. And so 2022, like we all predicted, it's very important that 2021 and the beginning of 2022, I literally, like, not just me, I'm not making this about me, but people like me, because there's thousands of people who've been censored and deleted. I am not making this about me. When I talk about I had stuff striked and deleted, I am speaking as representation as a representative of thousands of professionals whose voices have been censored for doing the right fucking thing and not fucking peddling bullshit to you. Even down to how being on YouTube, like many of you are innovating consciousness right now. And because it's not aligned with this old world consciousness, people will assume that you're not doing shit. For example, YouTubers, there's 8-year-old YouTubers who are making more money and a living than people who have a traditional job. Many people will not acknowledge that what you're doing isn't necessarily even unconventional. It's innovate. It's what's supposed to be done because they still dick ride these traditional structures. Stop letting these people who have no say in it all what's happening because they regurgitate narratives influence you in any way. You need to be like the Five of Swords because we're in a war field. And let me be careful about what I say because once again, this is the end of the world. So just like we predicted, like I had videos struck from my channel and deleted. Okay, like for a whole year and a half, people couldn't tag me on Instagram or mention me. Now, stuff like that works in my favor and backfires because people be like, oh, he real. Obviously, I'm real. They're doing it right. But like I've been deliberately censored along with thousands for telling the truth, not for posting child pornography, not for posting paraphernalia on the internet, not for soliciting minors, not for saying profane curse words, not for saying anything really controversial, but for just saying the truth that goes against the narrative from literal evil oligarchs ruling the technology that governs you, literally governs you, Saturn Aquarius, so they could do this heinous shit. I put my life on the line as much as a lot of other people to risk telling the truth. You need to understand, my friends, I'm Black in the Black Lives Matter era. If I wanted to finesse this shit and come into so much more followers and like gain hundreds of thousands of dollars in support, I could have gone along that narrative. I could have said, I would have known exactly what to say to make the right people like me. But I actually give a fuck about you. And I think that you're worth knowing the truth. And if I have a platform upon which I can shed light on bullshit, that is what I am on this fucking earth to do. And if I have to be targeted to do that, so fucking be it. Just like the thousands of other people, professionals, medicals, athletes who have been censored. They tried to actually censor Kyrie Irving for making a decision as an adult and make an example out of him, only to show people in the world that he is a real life hero who will not let money compromise his morals or his decisions, no matter how much they try and ostracize you. This is not a fucking game anymore, guys. This is the very last Pluto retrograde before Pluto goes direct, goes into Aquarius, and all this fake bullshit that has constituted your life is over. You need to understand it's over. You need to understand for the last 2 years, they hit you with fucking bullshit and censored everybody telling you the truth only for, like we predicted, and like videos got struck for us telling you there's video evidence of us on multiple platforms telling you, listen, when 2022 comes around, they're going to lift a lot of these restrictions because they already vaccinated so many of you and they've already done the narrative that they had to do. You're going to see a lot of things start to come off because what is 2022? Jupiter and Pisces. And that is the veil unveiling. Once Jupiter goes into Aries within a week, it's going down, baby. That's the 0-degree Aries Boston Marathon bombings. You're going to get hit with bombs. This is why you're starting to see documents drop from Pfizer saying, we kind of lied to you about all that bullshit. Yeah, and some of you might have HIV, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Ukraine! Ukraine! Roe v. Wade! Roe v. Wade! Don't worry! And like, listen, you either get it or you don't, because I don't want to spread a narrative myself and make it sound like if you don't believe in this, it doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter if you're pro this or anti that. It doesn't matter. It's the end of the fucking world. So North Node left Gemini, and every single one of you has a true perspective that you're here to share. And now we're manifesting this. You have to understand, this is not a joke. Mass extinction events. The sixth mass extinction event has already occurred. And this was following 2019 of billions of animals dying in Australia. If you don't know that was a controlled demolition, don't know what to tell you. Johnny Depp, Gemini Sun, Capricorn Moon. They're trying to sacrifice the image of a Gemini, but I don't mean that in a conspiracy sense. I'm not saying that there was a board meeting to do this, but I am saying that it's the end of the motherfucking world. And after this retrograde, the entire point of this retrograde, as 2022 has lifted guidelines, even though winter is going to come back, and most medical professionals will tell you that once winter comes back, coronavirus will come back, okay, and all the whatever new variants they have, which that doesn't have to be a conspiracy either. This is just whatever bullshit immunology it doesn't see. I'm trying to let you know, none of this shit matters. Like everything that you're being pressed to understand, you need to understand that if none of that shit was in the news, if you were not broadcasted any of that, you would be a-okay. You would probably be better off than if you were steered and driven by these narratives that are meant to distract you. What are you being distracted from? The end of the fucking world. Millions of people all around the world are awakening supernatural abilities. And the only thing interrupting the synchronization process is the relics of an old system and social collective society that's just geared to put you in a box. Like it's literally clinging on for dear life as Pluto leaves Capricorn. It's done. It's over. Some of you are identifying with nationalities that don't even really exist for real. And you feel this faint sense of emptiness. That's because you've been identifying with something that doesn't have spirit forever. Everything man-made is finite. You are a spiritual being in this reality. You are being in this reality. The only thing you have to do is be here now. That's it. I have to say a lot of fucking truth bombs because now that the smoke is dispelling, like Jupiter is back in Aries, completing a 12-year cycle that started 2010 when Uranus was in Pisces, activated in Aries, and now manifested through enhanced senses in Taurus. So that just means you notice bullshit supernaturally more than you notice the bullshit regularly. And why is this important? Now that the smoke is lifting, now that the fog is lifting, okay? You're going to be revealed. Every Pluto retrograde, we have massive collective revelations in Capricorn. You are getting ready to be revealed all the bullshit that was hidden from you over the past 2 years because this was an end game maneuver. And so the first thing that I have to show you is consistent with what I've been saying for literally 2 years. This is the end of the world, ladies and gentlemen. March 21st, 2020. I would first and formally like to credit Colby Barrett for bringing this to my attention. Colby had messaged me 2020 talking about, oh, I heard, I don't even know if it was Colby. No, Colby, I credit Colby with letting me know about Kamala having Lucifer on her moon. Colby Barrett, Colby, my dude, was the first way he let me know that some people were talking about that. I don't remember exactly who, but some woman messaged me on Facebook or Instagram talking about, oh, I read on some astrology group that these 4 planets in Capricorn are the apocalypse. And the first thing that I thought when she said that was, that's cap. That's not true at all. I instantly rejected the theory until I saw it. Yes, Rome. I am doing cards for anyone that wants an oracle card draw. I will be drawing from the wisdom of the oracle from Call It Baron Reed. So if you would want a card, if you look at that ticker below, I do have instructions. Okay. It says 20 minimum, but I do have 40 for 3. So other than that, okay, which is very important when you think about the nature of this apocalypse. Once I looked at it, my instant rejection turned into belief. March 21st, 2020. As you can see, Mars, the god of war, okay, Jupiter, famine, because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, but it is in a fall in the resources of Cap, Pluto, which is pestilence, and Saturn, okay? So, how many of you want to see something crazy? I'm going to show you astrological magic. If these fake scientists that purport this bullshit to these children, it's these children who are going through it, all of us, like many of you are realizing you were played your whole childhood and it's time to get justice. This is the revolution, okay? I'm going to show you astrological magic that I've kind of said. I haven't made it a formal video on this, but I don't even know what possessed me to look this up. But check this out. First of all, this is 2020. I want you to notice Pluto is pestilence and Saturn is death. Jupiter is famine, Jupiter of expansion. So the first question is, how can we prove that Pluto is pestilence? In order to prove that Pluto represents pestilence, okay, we would have to sort other instances where Pluto correlated to a pandemic. Pandemic, of course, correlating to illnesses or pestilences. Well, first exhibit, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back in time and look up H1 motherfucking N1. Emphasis on motherfucking. Okay. H1N1 looks like it came out 1918. Okay. The 1918 H1N1 virus was the most severe pandemic in recent history that claimed 50 milli lives, baby. Motherfucking 50 milli. We have to establish the precedent that this really is the end of the world. And the mass extinction events that have occurred have occurred. The fog is going to reveal, and you're going to realize a lot more people have died than have been reported. Now, not necessarily of a disease, so much more things. And you may realize that a lot more people have a limited time clock than reported. Hard work 24/7. I got you. Okay. This is so very important. 1918, February 1918. So let's actually look at the transits of, what might have happened February 1918. Okay. Let's actually see what actually happened in 1918 of February. And what we see here might shock you. We see that at February, Jupiter was in Gemini and Pluto was in Cancer. All right. Now, if we actually go 6 months into the future, we see that in August, at the climax, because the pandemic started in February, right? We see that Jupiter is conjunct Pluto. Understand what makes a pandemic is an expansion of pestilence. So every time we've seen Jupiter connected with Pluto, it's been somehow connected to a pandemic. Obviously, we don't want to say this happens every time, but in the most notable ones, we've seen this happen. So keep this in mind, because we see this conjunction in Cancer that claimed 50 milli, okay? And now I want you to see the H3N2 pandemic. 1968. Okay. 1968. So if we look at 1968, we see, oh my gosh, can you believe it? Jupiter is in the same sign as Virgo. Okay. I hope you see where I'm going with this here. Okay. Because if we look at 2020, you have to understand that Capricorn is a sign of control, organization. All right. All right. And planning. We see it together in Capricorn. So when people say that a group of elites, Capricorn, collective authority figures, Capricorn, came together and planned with the return of Saturn, the reset of a global economy, we know that in the sign of engineering, Pluto and Jupiter, the pandemic was engineered. This is definitive proof. Astrology proves that this pandemic was deliberately engineered. And that's why you see censored scientists saying, you know what? There are elements of this virus that don't seem natural. They just don't necessarily seem organic. There are elements of this thing that almost seem planned and orchestrated. That's because it's planned and orchestrated. I just showed you right now 3 different pandemics with Jupiter and Pluto in the same sign. So now we know definitively, objectively, we know that outside the realm of any opinion, objectively speaking, the 3 pandemics within the last century had Jupiter and Pluto involved, baby. And Jupiter is literally expanding the influence of pestilence to influence and infect everybody. So get this. In Capricorn of collective, this was spread out through the whole world. It's over, baby. I don't know what else to say. It's fucking over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Now, that doesn't change the fact that the entire world was being finessed, okay? And that there was a global experiment that was occurring. And so that was the work of Neptune and Pisces to delude the fuck out of you motherfuckers. How else would these global elites enforce narratives to force you to do some once in a lifetime shit? When I say end game, let's look up the definition of end game. End game. The final stage of a game, such as chess or bridge, when few pieces or cards remain. You have to understand, these people don't give a fuck about you. They literally showed you Avengers Infinity War, and like it's the coldest shit ever. Billionaire industry executives said, hey, we're about to reset the global economy and like kill off half of these niggas. Let's actually show them a movie so that through conscious programming, we can actually have them manifested for us. They're so dumb. They'll pay us money just to watch the movie. We have A-list actors that throughout the last 20 years, they've grown to love. So if we attach them to anything, they'll fucking buy it. And so they showed all of us. I'm not going to say you because I watched that movie too. That movie was the shit. I'm about to watch Doctor Strange. I ain't say I'm not going to say it doesn't affect me too. They showed us Endgame right before. I'm talking about right before they hit all of us with the Endgame. Dog. This shit is so evil. This shit is so evil, bro. I almost want to clap because like Bezos walked away with billions of dollars and then said, hey, bitches, I'm going to space with your money. Peace, losers. Like nobody did anything. Nobody did anything. Like we failed the group test. But listen, it is what it is. Because it's not over. the individual, there was the collective test and the individual test. So for those of you who did your work on the collective test, you're going to pass the individual test. For those who didn't do the work, the collective test, they're going to die. They're going to fail the individual test. Like we're all going to be put in situations that square Pluto are life and death. So you're either going to live because you did the work, or you're going to die. You're in the wrong place, the wrong time, with the wrong people, you're going to die. Like it is this. So here's the thing, though. Whew. They literally hit us with the end game right as they were doing the end game. So I have to really explain, what really is it about that transit that makes it the end game? And this is going to have you respect all the events that happened in the beginning. First of all, the first 4 zodiac signs are the baby signs. They're individual. This is when the game begins. This is where we spark the beginning of the game. You create your character. Okay. Then we have the mid game, Leo to Scorpio. Leo literally spices things up. Leo literally spices things up. Okay. And this is where we integrate the beginning of the game. Everything about the beginning game fleshes out the introduction of characters. We get to start to see who's who. We see what people can do, and we see what's possible. Then we get into the mid game, and that's where shit spices up. This is where we start to see who wants to fucking win. You know what I'm saying? This is where we start to integrate and apply strategy, because now we know who's who and what we could do with who. But the end game, ladies and gentlemen, when you pull an end game maneuver, that changes everything. And this is very important. End game maneuvers are very, very, very controversial, because now it's the end game. It's the end of the game. If my end game maneuver is to take the resources that I stole from you and built the beginning and middle game, now when I'm ready to get rid of you, listen, if in the beginning game I pulled an end game maneuver, it would actually fuck me up. Because while we're still getting to know each other, if I played my hand and I showed you that I have devil horns, you're not going to trust me when it comes to the end game, when it's really time to finesse you. Okay? But if in the end game I do something that you can't come back from, by the time you realize what I did, the game is over. There's nothing you can do. If in the end game, after decades of gaining public trust, I exploit that, use authority figures and influencers to lie to you with a false narrative, and then poison you in the end game, and my goal is to slowly control the population, Saturn and Aquarius, now I can take greater risks, because by the time I get caught, it's the end game. So many people have died, there's nothing you can do. This is so very important, because like it's not a game anymore. Now we're stepping into Jupiter and Aries. Everybody can get it direct. The results so you need to understand that 2020 and 2021, you were fed a false narrative. You were told that this is what it is. Jupiter is dispelling the illusions 2022, and you're going to see what it actually was. Reports and documents and whistleblowers are coming out to reveal the truth. So as you can see, October 8th, 2022, Pluto will be 26 degrees Capricorn. Okay? This is so important. Saturn's going to be finishing its retrograde. Uranus is going to be retrograde. And Jupiter is going to be retrograde in Aries. Okay? And so, what's the significance of this? Pluto is, and see, hold on. A lot of y'all saw me speak on Trump. First of all, everything that I said about Donald Trump, I still stand by. It's just I said over and over that I'm not supporting Trump. Everything that I'm saying is as an objective view. If you look at the first Trump video I did, I tell you he's a double agent for the light. Like I tell you, he's a double agent. So people are confused that they're seeing Trump play both sides. And it's like you don't understand what Gemini is. You don't understand the 5D chess moves that a Uranus sun has to play. So like none of you understand. Like you take this shit so personally. So I've always said that I'm not taking sides. I'm biased towards Gemini, but that's why I had to say what I've said. Okay. So people may be, but I told you from the get-go, like he's a double agent. I told you, like 2016. I told you. No, the reason why this is actually on topic is because especially Trump is 29 degrees Leo. His DC is 29 degrees Aqua. So a lot of what, because he was a part of the 2020 matrix, a lot of this energy is resurfacing and unveiling like the truth of what actually happened. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So, like, that's part of being a double agent. When you're a double agent, you have to play the part so that they can expose more truth. Like, a lot of people aren't necessary, and it doesn't apply just to him, it's also to you. Like now you're coming into the fold, and this is where we come back into Pluto retrograde. People don't understand that about us. This is where we come back to Pluto retrograde. Pluto retrogrades 28 degrees, 27 degrees, and 26 degrees. Okay. And here's the thing. DeSantis is the, like, if you notice, after 2020, I laid off politics because that wasn't the focus anymore. I've been saying, what were you thinking about before the pandemic? Focus on that. DeSantis is doing right by Florida, but you can't get caught up in Republican, Democrat. Even when I voted, I never voted Republican. The only reason why I voted is because I had to vote. Like I showed you that is on video too, why I had to vote. I never voted Democrat. I never voted Republican. I didn't even vote for anyone else. I did what I have to do. I am not political. There is no, like, I have a radical stance. There is no stay for the system. I am pro-revolution. And I'll say that I'm a moderate, but like the only reason why I'll ever talk about politics is because it's relevant to what I'm talking about. Some people hear me talk about politics and they don't agree with what I say, and then they catch feelings and act like I'm getting too political when they just don't understand the context of what I'm saying anything in. So, like, you have to really gain independence from the system. They're giving you this like false rhetoric that it's advancing, but this is an end game maneuver. The elites know that the cycle that we're in is over. All this agenda 2030 and agenda 21, that is really more so double talk to speak and promise a new era, but that the whole global reset is because it's the end of an era. If they can distract you through that period, then they're going to distract you from your spirituality, and they're going to distract you from the fact that you personally are awakening supernatural ability. Be very mindful of the science that gets revealed, because you're going to have science that doubles down on materialist reductionism and convince you that a lot of the mystical experiences you're having are just hallucinations. And then you're going to have science that says the half truth, you know what I'm saying, that invites you into mystical abilities, but is just merely a distraction to take you away from your soul. It practices a form of godliness, but it's not really godly at all. And so you really got to stay focused. 28 degrees, 27 degrees, 26 degrees. Why is this very key? We're ending this retrograde as Libra is going to square Pluto and enter the third boss battle. So let's go back to Aries season. Aries season was the final boss battle of all time. Because once we step into 2023, it's the next stage of the end of the world. And so much is going to crumble and collapse. So many markets, so many structures are crumbling and collapsing. This is not a bad thing. Structures must crumble so that new structures can be innovated, right? But the narrative around this may be deceptive. And you have to tap into your own awareness and not feel like you have to be plugged into this global conscious and awareness that is feeding you with false narratives. It doesn't matter how high tech what they're showing you, they're feeding you false narratives. And the most important thing here is that relative to the first boss battle you fought this year, okay, because we had the boss battle 2020 and then we had the boss battle 2021. But the boss battle of 2022 is the boss battle of all boss battles. That's going to conclude everything. I swear. Okay. This is because now we're finishing the cycle in Pisces, and this is a recap of everything since 2020 you've stepped in to fight for. Technically, the boss battle series has happened since 2008. And if you want reference to this boss battle series, Pluto entered Capricorn 2008, as you can see right here. And so relative to its entrance into Capricorn, this represented battles of enforcing your ego or your individual sovereignty in the face of corruption by collective influences. We know this is true because the 2010 decade brought us the Uranus and Aries square Pluto and Capricorn squares, where we started to see individual resistance movements protest against corrupt government structures more than was the norm. And Uranus paved its way through Aries, and every Aries season with the square, Cancer season with the opposition, Libra season with the square, and Capricorn with the conjunction was a boss battle. The Aries individual boss battle of maintaining your individuality in a new cycle against collective judgment, and then Cancer, the opposition, the main boss battle, which is your sincerity of feelings against the collective judgment of the world that seeks to undermine your emotions. How pure can you stick to your emotions, or do you change under pressure? Then you have Libra squaring Pluto. Do you have friends or a society with which you can band together with? The 2020 boss battle in Libra season was the elections, where you saw groups of people fighting against each other over what? A decision, Capricorn. Then you have the final boss battle of the year, Capricorn season on Pluto, and then we do it all over again. We've been doing that since 2008. So what's key about 2022? This is the last year, y'all. This is it. After this year, Pluto goes into Aquarius. Oh my God. Like you think scamming and hacking is bad now? Certain things will be obsolete as soon as Pluto goes in Aquarius. And we're going to see all of this change into there. Now, many of you watching me are psychic as fuck. So like you've had dreams, intuitions, synchronicities, what's the word? Premonitions of what's to come. Everyone has like a piece of what's to come just in their own unique way, right? So this is because your own spirit is preparing you, right? We are legitimately going to have a world civil war all over the world. Now, here's the thing. The pressure of what's occurring, if you look at it in a certain sense, is terrifying. Millions upon millions of people are going to die. The economy that you have is going to be completely worthless. All sorts of currency will crash before it rises again to unreachable heights and then crashes. Like this is going, that's why Uranus and Taurus wants you to know, what are you truly valuable for? This is not based on an opinion. The last time Uranus was in Taurus, we had the Great Depression, where a lot of people learned the hard way. Yeah, you had the roaring 20s, but that dollar crashed, baby. And now your money was worthless. And now it doesn't matter how much money you have. What skills did you have? What value do you have? What real value do you have? And many of you are awakening superpowers that take you away from depending on the system. And that square to Saturn is the mainstream collective narrative to make you feel like a loser for manifesting your own unique value. That opinion is not going to save you or help you when the dollar crashes. And now all you have is you and what you're worth. You have to work now to make more of that valuable. And many of you are doing the work. Many of you are doing the work. And you don't even know yet exactly what it's for, but you're doing the work and it's paying off. You're already starting to see it pay off, but trust me, once these systems that obstruct or obfuscate your view leave, you'll start to see, oh, that's what all. So like all of you who did the work, this is what I'm saying. We had the group test 2020, 2021, 2022. For those of you who passed the individual test. So basically, in the group test, some people did not. We all failed the group test. We all failed the group test. But some people did the work. And some people didn't do the work. They wanted the system to do the work for them. Others of you disagreed with that false narrative and said, no, I'm going to do the work myself. You took risks. You did the work. All the people who didn't do the work over the next 3 years are going to die. Like they're going to fail because these are the individual tests. Okay. The group test, Jupiter and Capricorn collective, Aquarius collective, and Pisces collective was the group test. It's not about you. It's about everything. Okay. You can vote for something or someone, but it's about the majority, whether they rig it or not. Okay. But the next 3 years are the individual tests. So people aren't getting carried over here. This is individual effort. So for those of you who did the homework and did the work, thank you, Sierra. By the way, this is her, I keep her wand always in front of my computer. Shout out to you. All right. For those of you who did the work, right? Then when the individual tests come, Jupiter and Aries, that literally starts in 3 days. In fact, if you look at the planet, by the time Pluto retrogrades, where's Jupiter? Aries. So look, Jupiter, Aries, individual, Jupiter, Taurus, individual, Jupiter, Gemini, individual. Okay, these individual tests, well, guess what? Whereas we failed the group test, you did the work, baby. You're going to pass the individual test. There's nothing you have to do. You did it already. So come and collect your prize. This judgment. It's that square to Pluto. It's judgment. If you were on some fugazi, shiesty shit, 2020, 2021, you're fucked. You're done. You're done. Okay? If you were frauding and faking and scamming and finessing, you're done, baby. It's over for you. It's over for you. If you've done the work, then you don't have to worry about getting the credit. You did the work. You straight. Come and collect your prize. Come and collect your prize. And this is so very important too, because relative to that individuality, right? And relative to that nature of what you're activating, the next cycle of power, the focus towards individuality is going to take you away from the collective distractions and show you how much more powerful your abilities have become. The goal is individual independence. It's been a long, hard road. Okay. So very important. So what's really key here, right? And some of you just need to follow the call. Some of you feel like you need to know what's going to happen before you do it, and you're screwing yourself up. You're screwing yourself over. God just wants you to have faith. Follow the signs and synchronicities. Because what's going to happen realistically is you're working on this. You're working on this. You're working on this. You're working on a podcast. You're working on a podcast. You're working on a podcast. And then when it's time for the individual tests, you scrap the podcast. You're not even doing the podcast anymore. And you're like, wow, why was I working on the podcast the whole time? Boom. Now you get a once in a lifetime opportunity to be the anchor of a television show. And now every quality and skill that you learned podcasting works perfectly for this new individual position. Boom. So this is where you don't even have to know what you're doing. You don't even have to know what it's for. You just have to do the work. Just focus on the work. Just develop the skills. Just stay productive, because trust. I'm not even going to explain why, because trust. There you go. And this is you trusted in. So keep that in mind, because you're coming into the greatest time of your life. Yeah, millions upon millions of people are dying, and they're going to be mass extinction casualty events that, coming into Pluto and Aqua, will make you wonder if it's safe to go outside, but you will evolve like you never thought possible. You're awakening supernatural gifts that will help you stand up to lions, tigers, and bears, and individuals with guns with no fear. So everything around you is going to get so much more extreme, but you are only going to get more strong. You're only going to get stronger and more of a badass. Okay. So very important. That doesn't change the fact that mainstream media outlets will exploit your external environment to lie to you and tell you that there is anything to fear. That's how they get you. That's how they got you the first 3 years. Okay. So if listen, you have to understand, everything they did 2020 and 2021, they're going to do again 2023 and 2024. If you pass that test, you're going to pass this next one. Okay. You just have to stay true to you. If you failed that test, you'll know, because the results will happen the next 2 years. That's where it's like there's no subjectivity here, because we can argue all day on what it means to pass, but we're going to see the next 2 years. We're going to see what people did, and that's how we'll know. And now, what does this Pluto retrograde mean then? This is the last year of the boss battles. The whole purpose of these Pluto squares and oppositions is to break you through a much more edgier, extreme version of your character. Hence, events like these squares and oppositions that have to challenge you. Okay? Seriously, go to the mountains, man, or go into nature. Uranus and Taurus. All right? So that being said, Pluto was in Aries, and while you were transcending your identity, you broke through that first boss battle. Like, suck my dick, bitch. Like, so many of you felt more comfortable in your own skin coming into Taurus season that now you've uplifted through that control matrix. The people who weren't able to do this broke down under the pressure of collective judgment on who they believe they are, because they're weak little bitches that depend on other people's opinions for them to feel good about themselves. And you basically decided Aries season, I don't care about your opinion. That was literally Aries season. Okay. Now, Cancer season is going to be the breakthrough into Leo. Cancer season is difficult because you have to maintain individual feelings that other people may swear you're delusional for feeling. And are you going to be a weak little bitch and change your feelings to make other people feel comfortable? Or are you going to stand up to the entire world? Because this is the very last one, yo. This is the very last one that's going to be retrograde. And so the Libra season one is the third boss battle post retrograde. Okay. This is going, so the last two, you're getting set up. Basically, so the Libra season one, like election time, is where you're going to band with other people who passed the second boss battle. Okay. The way I said it before, the first boss battle was Cancer season, but I'm changing the rhetoric, and now the first boss battle really is Aries season. I just didn't count Aries because, like, Aries is default. Like, you know what I'm saying? Aries depends on if you fight the other three or not. I like to start the first boss battle with Cancer because it's the opposition, but we can say it's 4. If we want to go more classic, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, right? So Libra is where you start to integrate with the social axis, this breakthrough of collective judgment. And then Capricorn is the final boss battle after you do the Super Mario adventure and you play all the levels and you've explored through Sagittarius, you fight Bowser. And this final boss battle, 2022, is the last Pluto conjunction with the sun that we will ever have before Pluto goes into Aquarius. I really need you to think about everything that has happened from 2008 to now. That is like a whole era. 2008. That was when Obama got elected and we were screaming, yes, we can. 2008, Obama was in office. Like 2008, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Come on. Come on. 2008. Like we're ending all of that entire era. So I had to say it like that to let you know the gravity of the situation. By the time we're at the final boss battle, the elements of your life are going to be so incredibly, extremely serious, given the pandemic and Ukraine and the social issues that are occurring. You're going to fully acknowledge that it's the end of the world. So that means that from now until the end of Pluto retrograde, you are being dispelled from the collective illusion, right, that distracted you from the truth. We know that the sun is in Taurus, and so Pluto retrograde is going to last from Taurus to Libra season. That means we're manifesting individuality. Pluto starts to reveal everything that was hidden from you. We manifest the individual thoughts around it, and then our individual feelings. We begin to socialize in Leo during summer about how we integrate the transcendence of our Jupiter, Pisces, Neptune, Pisces individuality. And then with real social dynamics in Virgo, we come into all the receipts and synthesis of all the facts of everything that has occurred. And then during Libra season, coming into the third boss battle after the second boss battle, after the second boss battle in Cancer season, where we're getting ready to apply application of facts that we analyze socially. For example, you see those Pfizer documents, and we called this before. Last year, 2021, I was like, look, when Virgo season comes out, there's going to be a lot of facts that counter the narratives that were told to you March. This is exactly what happened. So 2022 Virgo season is going to be the Virgo season of all Virgo seasons, baby. And the facts that come out are going to terrify the entire collective. This is where certain people who didn't need the facts knew what the truth was, and they're going to say, I told you so. And then this is where other people who didn't know the facts are going to be like, whoa, we were lied to. Libra season is now the presentation of said analysis through debate, hence oppositions, hence one side versus another side. And this is where Pluto goes direct. On its way to Capricorn, the last boss battle. And by the time we step into Aries season, ladies and gentlemen, you got to see this. Pluto is in Aquarius. I rest my case. The sun will be in Jupiter. We will be officially sparking a brand new DMX2 Jupiter cycle. We're starting a new Jupiter cycle when Pluto starts a new Pluto cycle. It's the beginning of the end of the world. Literally, the beginning with Saturn in the end. Saturn is the world in tarot, and Pisces is the last zodiac sign. It's the end of the cycle. It's the end of Saturn, the world. That means people born in 93, 94, and 95 with Saturn Pisces are officially your best friends because they were literally born to transition the chosen ones into the next world of the apocalypse. Everyone with Saturn and Pisces is surviving the apocalypse unless they made decisions beforehand to transition and assist souls. They have some Saturn Aquarius too, but they have some of the deepest wisdom of the apocalypse. Ask any Saturn Pisces. Saturn Pisces saw everything that's happening coming like miles away. But y'all call them delusional. So like here's the thing. They're coming of age and they're going to pass the torch to 95, 96, 97 and 98. 95, 96, 97 and 98. Saturn and Aries. Those two Saturns are the hot Saturns right now. They're getting ready to come of age. Saturn and Aries are the leaders of the new school. They're leading a whole new generation. And then Saturn in Pisces are the end. They're ending the old world. They're all reality warpers. Okay. So let's get it. You know I'm going to go in. You know I'm going to go in. You know I'm going to go in. Shout out to 96. Shout out to 97. Shout out to 98. New Gen, we do this for y'all. The Pluto Scorpios and the Pluto Sages, okay? 96, 95, 96, 97, that's Pluto Sag, right? 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. That's Pluto Scorpio, baby. Do you know who the last people, the last time Pluto Scorpio and Pluto Sag were? We were the motherfuckers flipping over the Boston Tea Party, bitch. We were the motherfuckers saying, off with your head, French Revolution, guillotine, bitch. We out here. We are back for revolution. As you can see, we fuck shit up because we don't, no taxation without representation, bitch. And look at all of you burning with passion to transform this world. Embrace your roots. We did not come here to conform. Even the people last time signing the Declaration of Independence, bringing forth, and this is not exclusive just to America, okay? Every group bringing forth a whole new era, even down to the indigenous people fighting for control of their land. They were part of that too. Okay? It's all coming back around. It's all coming back around. Now it's AI that's coming and the metaverse. And the Facebook is coming. Meta is coming. Okay. Yo, anyone born after 2000s, y'all are on a whole nother level. Really 98, Uranus and Aquarius. But the 2000, don't sleep on the 2000s and beyond. Like, everyone with Pluto Cap are the rulers of the new world. So basically, Pluto and Sagittarius from 95 to 2008, they from Saturn Aries to Saturn Virgo create a brand new society. They are creating a brand new society. They're creating a brand new world. They're creating brand new concepts, thoughts. Like the society we've lived, they're creating something completely new. Okay. And Pluto Capricorn is going to control and organize 2008 to 2024 everything that Pluto Sagittarius created. So these young kids are taking over. Like there's nothing you can do. They don't fuck with anything we've done, and like they're just gonna take it their own direction. And as a Pluto Sag, like all we can do is just pave the way for them. Like we have to literally destroy, clean up the trash so that they can create the new. These kids are completely savage. And Pluto Capricorns are gonna be 10 years old making 6 figures. Swear. Pluto Capricorn children are like bosses. They're gangsters. Pluto Aquarius, my bad, they're geniuses. The whole purpose of this next cycle is to bring the ushering in of the apocalypse kids. The apocalypse kids represent children with supernatural abilities that are going to take over the old Pluto Leo order of oligarchy, democracy, and all that other bullshit. Not to say that it was bullshit, because at the time it was necessary against monarchies in the 1700s and other stuff. But now, I'm not saying democracy is bullshit. I'm just saying in the context of how it's used in this day and age, it's complete bullshit. So other than that, these apocalypse babies, okay, and we're here to aid them. This is so very important. We're here to aid them. Pluto Libra, Pluto Virgo, Pluto Libra, Pluto Sag, Pluto Cap. I'm sorry. Pluto Libra, Pluto Scorpio, we're here to aid them. And Pluto Sag, and Pluto Sag. But these apocalypse babies all have superpowers. This is true. If you have a kid, this is true. If you have any kid with Pluto, Sag, or Cap, this is true. This is a fact. But I'm talking about these 2020 apocalypse babies. The Pluto Aqua babies are going to be born. And you have to understand, they signal the end of existence. Pluto Pisces, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. Pluto Aqua and Pluto Pisces children signal the end of everything you know. Like it's over. Like it's over. And so the whole purpose of this retrograde is to now unveil the illusions that have kept us limited relative to this awakening. Okay. Listen, Mikey B is 1,000. We all have superpowers. Every single generation, by the way, has unique abilities. Like the Pluto Aries to Pluto Leo. Don't sleep on these people born in the 50s and 40s. Pluto Leo was the beginning of the social Plutos. They are super. They're super powerful. They're all metahuman. Okay, like Pluto Aries to Pluto Cancer, all those people born in the early 1900s, they had superpowers. It was so super. And think about it. During that area too, people got super drunk. Like we didn't have liquor laws back then, right? Once we stepped into Pluto Leo to Pluto Scorpio, balance was a mechanism. So when balance was mechanized, superpowers got limited. This is where suppression of superpowers came because we had to balance too much superpowers. That's why you would hear stories about your great grandparents doing superpowers, but not your parents or grandparents. They still had psychic abilities, but they had to balance and hold their power back with an emerging society where rules and limits place. Now these kids are supernatural and they're transcending all that shit. So now they're coming into all of that shit. Okay, I tried my best to explain that. But what's so very key here is that you're going to be more aware than ever of Mikey B. Again, it's facts. 1945 was when we started to see Pluto come out of Leo or come into Leo and begin to come into Virgo. Seriously. This is so very important because when we take into consideration the nature of what is making this apocalypse more noticeable, right? This is final apocalyptic revelations. The whole point of the apocalypse is to unveil the end of an old order. And we're being revealed the final element of the apocalypse before we step into the next level. Okay. And so the next level of revelation is going to betray everything that you've been taught, which you'll realize is a lie. Okay. And the thing that's so very important, right, is one major facet, obviously the surface level major facet of what is personally having you be revealed more that this is the apocalypse is inconsistencies in what global authorities told you versus what you're experiencing in your real life. 2 years has now caught up to your reality based off of collective measures. It takes time for all these to take effect. So there's everything that you were told. And over the next 6 months from now, you're going to, with this Pluto retrograde, be like, oh, wow, that was a lie. That was a lie. That was a lie. And if you want to hold me to this, by September of this year, by Virgo season of this year, you will be able to bring up factually what you were told and what was a lie. If what I'm saying right now isn't the truth, I will quit my career. I will stop doing astrology. This is a prediction I will stand on. It's not a prediction, it's the truth. This Virgo season, right before Pluto goes direct, all the analysis and synthesis of all the facts we've been told since 2020, we're going to be able to say that was a lie, that was the lie, that was half true, that was a lie, that was a lie, that was a lie. Pfizer documents have already come out to prove this. Talking about 12% vaccine efficacy, and we knew the whole time. So, like, listen, by the time we step into Libra, we'll be presenting these facts socially to people and start debating. Debate and dialectics are so important. And this is where, relative to that, you're going to realize, oh, wow, it's the end of the world. Despite how entertainment complexes and false narratives were used to weave an illusion around what's actually happening around you, Pluto retrograde is going to reveal what's actually happening around you. It's going to be crazy, okay? Literally crazy, okay? Now, the next level of this, that's the superficial level of this. The next level of how you're going to see that this is the end of the world relative to 2020 and 2021. 2020 was the awakening, okay? 2021 was the manifestation or the knowing, and 2022 is the blossoming. It's the Pisces experience. The knowing was Aquarius, the awakening was Pluto Capricorn, right? So everything you awakened 2020 is fully blossoming. Literally now. Literally now. None of this, hold on now. Literally now. Literally now. Like Jupiter's 29 degrees Pisces. Like literally now. Like the veil is gone, B. So like we're about, as soon as we enter Gemini season in this bitch, I can see clearly now the rain has gone. I can see, like it's a wrap. Are you serious? And you're going to see your superpowers blossom in your face. Like the synchronization that you've seen up until this point is nothing compared to the next 3 months. Like Jupiter and Aries moves fast, baby. Literally now. Literally now. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. Everyone will be talking about it. The blossoming of superpowers is going to be the subject of TikTok videos, conspiracy theories. People are going to start to talk about this phenomena socially because of everything that's happened the past 3 months. And it's nothing that hasn't happened. It's just been so censored that we're going to see more of an element of it not being censored. Because now there's going to be too many people talking about it. You can't censor that. I mean, you can. You actually really can. But it's just not worth it at that point. So here's where, okay, right now, literally now, by the time we reach Libra season, your superpowers have blossomed to the point, and this is another thing that I promise you, I will bet my whole career on this. By Libra season, you have mastered your blossomed superpowers and abilities to the point where you can use them socially towards other people, defend, and of course, guild wars, connect with other people whose superpowers are compatible with yours. This is everything we did 2020. This is everything we did 2021. But 2022, you can experience Pisces, the full blossoming of it. And as Jupiter and Aries, you're already identifying with what it means and who you are in it. What's up? This is all going to prepare you for 2023, where now you're taking your mastered abilities, you're starting a whole new cycle. Like the person who you're going to be 2034, 12 years after the next cycle, it's going to make the person who you're becoming look like a page, look like a Padawan, just like how you were 12 years ago. So this was the beta test. Yes, Urias, 2020 was the beta test. 2021 was the test of that beta test. And 2022 is the blossoming, which is still in and of itself another beta test to prepare you for the real overdrive 2023. 2023 is the true beginning of a brand new cycle that we're sneak peeking from now till November. Jupiter in Aries, that is sneak peeking in Aries from now until November, is going to give you a sneak peek of the apocalypse. And what I call this is Apocalypse Boot Camp. If you want to know if you're ready for the apocalypse, welcome to the Apocalypse Boot Camp from now until August, where Jupiter is going to be in Aries and give you an idea. The only difference between this Jupiter in Aries versus December of 2023, when Jupiter comes back into Aries after retrograde, is that now your powers are just blossoming. 2023, your superpowers have finished blossoming and you have experience making mistakes with them. You're ready. This is important. Many of you, no one is like, even me included, like unless you have amazing Virgo energy, no one's really perfect in this bitch. So like, you're gonna realize where you need to work on yourself. You're gonna realize, oh shit, this is Apocalypse Boot Camp. I fucked up here. I need to work on this. If I was in a situation like this, I'd be fucked. Straight up. It's gonna get real. It's gonna get real. And you're gonna realize when Jupiter retrogrades back into Pisces, November and December, everything that you need to get in order to prepare for the real deal, January 2023, because it's no longer Apocalypse Boot Camp, it's Apocalypse. Now, the apocalypse cycle starting, the apocalypse, you and me both, bro. I still need to finish. I haven't even finished reading this book. I haven't even read this book yet. I still have to stop fucking around and read this book, How to Survive Off the Grid. It's not a joke. So, like, contextually speaking, come on now. Contextually speaking, and see, listen, what this is going to remind you is some of you forget that you're out your element. Some people are ruled with this element. You feel me? So like some of you have to stop. Some of you have to accept that you're way more than good enough. You're just operating out your element. Some of you are literally a fish being judged by birds who fly or being judged by an earth being. Does that make sense? You're not you're not in your natural habitat. So you're comparing yourself against people who are naturally strong in this dimension. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like there's a certain box or frame of what people who perform here are popular because you can see it. Others of you exist out of bounds. You're aliens. So like other people can't see your value because they're dumb as fuck. Like you have to be advanced. Like advanced people can see it because they're not stupid. Yeah, they can only see the basic shit. So you don't fit into that basic shit and they think you're not valuable, not knowing that you literally transcend the standards that they're placing. And because they're so dumb and can't see it, they don't think you're valuable. Stop giving into that bullshit because people who you think should get it don't get it. That's not your fault. That's not your fault. And this blossoming is going to, with actual physical, that's why I love the Taurus. It's going to bring results. It's no longer conceptual anymore. The North Node is in Taurus. Like it's real. Like I intended this and I got the phone call. Like this is the power of your mind manifested. In the new world, the true currency you have is energy. The amount of energy with which you can manifest your imagination will determine how wealthy you truly are or not. The middleman of currency so that nations can pimp you to raise their GDP is out the question anymore. It's out the question, especially in a society that's integrated a new level of telepathy due to the Pluto Aquarius kids that are going to work with Pluto Sag, who has Uranus and Neptune in Aquarius. And now I've said too much, and and now I could probably get targeted because I probably wasn't supposed to say that. But this is where personally, okay, relative to this Pluto retrograde, you really want to get excited. Like this Pluto retrograde is only going to be. Here's the thing about this Pluto retrograde. This Pluto retrograde is either going to be the most and Pluto is all about extremes. Pluto doesn't deal with like balance. This is after Scorpio. Feel me? Okay. So like this is going to be the most liberating, transformative, incredible transit of your entire life, or this will be the most terrifying, depressing, worst transit ever. It's objective. Okay. You may think you're the realest person ever, but you'll know you're not if this is depressing. And let me explain this. If you have been a fake piece of shit that has not been honest about your shortcomings, where you're out of integrity, and you project your problems on other people, and you've embraced false narratives, and you've been overall fake, this is going to be horrible. It can't be both, because you can't be real and or fake. You either stood up for the truth and expressed it, or you stood up for fake bullshit and you got rewarded for standing up for fake bullshit. Like, it's the end of the world, baby. It's a really good question. And this is where two people are arguing. Like, both people feel like they're in the right. Both people feel like the other side is bullshit. So this is where objectively we're going to see a certain group of people thrive and a certain group of people get exposed for filth. Because it doesn't matter if you have good intentions. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And this is where the effect of because some of you did the work and you called yourself out every single step of the way. You knew that the only competition you had isn't between other people, but you in the mirror, and then versions of yourself that seek to hold you back. And so you put yourself in place each and every time. You minded the log in your own eye and not the speck in other people's eyes. And so this is going to break you through considerably. I have to have you understand the reason why your spirit guides were like, you need 5 more tower moments and you need to do this. And it felt like I keep on breaking down. I keep on breaking down. When is this going to be over? This is it. This is it. Literally now. Like, this is it. After this, Pluto goes into Aquarius, and now everything that you've gone through is pushing down to the next generation who has to inherit all this shit. But I mean, they're not inheriting anything bad. They're creating something new. So like, you're done. A lot of you are realizing and accepting that like you finished the most exhausting karmic cycles of all time. Many of you have had collective karmic or social karmic responsibility for other people who spit on you in the face for looking out for them. You have put blood, sweat, and tears into putting your all for a collective that shat on you and stole your ideas. And I'm not projecting. I'm not talking about anything that happened to me. I'm talking about the social collect. Pluto Scorpio feels this. Pluto Libra feels this. Like, many of you have felt slighted and that you've put in this karmic work for nothing. It was never for nothing. You've just finally completed it. For those of you who feel jaded in love because you've put your heart there, for people to just take advantage of you and take you for granted, for people who look the part but will never have the substance you have, you're finally, it's not that you weren't appreciated before, but you're finally stepping into a new narrative that's not a narrative, it's the truth. You're not having to deal with the old story. You're not having to deal with the old bullshit of just meeting weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is you're in the promised land now. You're getting ready to build your entire empire. There is a reason for this. The wheats were growing with the tares. So if God blessed you while you didn't know who was who, don't act like many of you would have trusted people who have so far revealed themselves to be total finessers. But I'm saying this more to myself because I've been so impatient. I've been very impatient. Many of you have been very patient. Okay. And now you're in a position to realistically, practically, coming into Virgo season, harvest all of this every single step of the way. So, like, every single day of this transit is exponentially going to blossom more and more and more profound. Starting from once we end this broadcast, the synchronicities are going to be more profound. The signs you experience are going to be more profound. The soulmate connections you're downloading are going to be more profound, because Pisces is hyper accelerating and sneak peeking your way into a whole new paradigm, sponsored by the new generation of children who in their birth bring into the collective their advanced juju. And there's a way I want to say it, but it's not as simple as that. You also have older generations evolving to the next level, and then other generations developing, and then everything working synchronistically. So the fact that millions of people are getting ready to die due to these mass extinction events are getting ready to put you in the proliferation of a repopulation of this geoterrestrial organism. And your willingness to see through the bullshit, but also stand on your own too courageously against the bullshit, is what's going to determine whether you're a part of this new heaven or earth or whether you die. That's really it. Other than that, and I really do mean die. Like Pluto at the end of Capricorn, there has been over several million people who've died from this apocalypse so far. From the people who fought in wars, from the people who've protested on the streets, from the people who've literally died from this bioweapon, not virus, bioweapon, this poison that's literally being, instilled in so many people. This is not to make you afraid. This is just to prepare you to what's to come, because as things will get more and more sinister, you are going to get more and more powerful. I promise you. So, what are you going to do with this power? That's what we're going to find out. Okay. Once again, Libra season is what's going to bring us the notion of Pluto going direct. And from Libra season to April, 6 months from Pluto retrograde, 6 months from Pluto retrograde is the 6 months of preparation after your superpowers have blossomed for you to realistically prepare for the apocalypse, as the veil will be removed. I have no idea what happened to Rashad. I don't know if anything happened. The first thing I'm hearing about this is your question. So I hope he's cool. But other than that, okay. Stay prayed up. Amen. What we're going to see in terms of when will the apocalypse be? So the official apocalypse cycle started, okay? The official apocalypse cycle started March 21st, 2020. Okay. Congratulations. If you're alive right now, you have survived 2.5 years of the 7-year tribulation period. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, and 2027. Damn. Okay. That's 7 years. It started 2020. The first 3 years is the hunger pains, the rumors of war. The purpose of the first 3 years of this tribulation cycle is to set the stage. The elites were setting the game players and the stage. Hence, Bill, what does that look like? Bill Gates is buying how much farmland? Right. So like 2020, 2021, 2023 is the executive directing that's setting up the stage by resetting everything. And now the spark, Aries, Jupiter and Aries, when Pluto goes into Aquarius, is the last part of this 7-year tribulation cycle where it really activates. So after the stage has been set, boom, now it's really the apocalypse. So aware. The apocalypse is not 7 years long, but the 7-year tribulation cycle is the bridge into the end of the old world and the beginning of the new world order where the Antichrist will show itself. We already have Antichrist consciousness out here. There's so many people who are open against their hatred towards Jesus. You don't even know that nigga. Why do you hate Jesus? He's actually kind of cool. And God, okay? The infiltration of closet Satanism and Luciferianism and New Age doctrines deceiving people in our music, in our entertainment, okay? This transhumanistic agenda to basically attempt to shame you for embracing who you really have always been. Okay. So remember, Jesus comes like a thief in the night. Thank you, Nace's place. All right. And it's definitely very, very important. Pumpkinhead, you said, Sarah, something very important. Your Jesus statue does not protect you. Jesus protects you. I know what you mean, though. But be careful about talismans, because if you didn't have the statue, Jesus still protects you, you know? But other than that, it's definitely very amazing, because as of now, you're getting ready to be introduced to new concepts, right? And so many people, that's why suicides are going to spike. When so many people are revealed what's actually been happening, those of you who've prepared yourself for it, you're blossoming literal superpowers. Okay? So like you're going to have the solution. You are the solution. The difference between the people who suffer through this transit versus thrive are those of you who basically throughout the past 2 years, you either took back your power and realized you're the solution, or you gave away your power and said that the system is the solution. Some people gave away their power, they gave away their rights, they gave away their liberty. Others of you took it back. It doesn't mean that you didn't comply with certain standards, but you took back the narrative and you understand your place in it. Why is that important? When this next conflict comes, the people who gave their power away are going to realize they gave their power away to a whole collective force that betrayed it. You didn't give your power away. You're the solution. So you're going to use you as a solution to get through it. You're going to thrive. I have to say this one more time. Okay. The past 2 years were awakening your power. 2021 strengthened the power you awakened on your mind and body. And this year, you're blossoming it. You're coming into the full experience of consciously utilizing your abilities, even though you've been unconsciously using them your whole life. Okay. So, yes, Grace, this is a fact. This is a fact. And most people are unconscious of it because they have glorified such a shady culture. You have people openly proclaiming shady shit in songs and in clubs and in cultures, not knowing they're snitching on themselves. I'm being literal. I'm not trying to judge. This is just very fascinating. You've never seen anything like happen like this in anywhere in human history, like it's happening now. So, like, I'm gonna say this again. I'm not judging. This is just very fascinating. Okay, many of you have not fallen for that brainwashing. If you see that many of you, if you see that many people are just brainwashed, there's a reason why you see through it. This veil is about to be dispelled. And so many of you who've held space are going to be in a position, okay, to assist those who wish to be delivered. You see, not everyone who chose to give their power away wanted to do that. Some people were coerced. Some people were hand pulled. Some people were legitimately forced. So those who genuinely seek the truth, they're looking for you. The reason why it was hard for them to embrace the truth was because there wasn't anyone around them who walked in spirit and truth. Versus 2 years later, now you exist. You did everything that they said you weren't supposed to do, and it worked for you. You are now their guide through this. You did the individual work, and so you're going to be guiding. Okay. And yeah, that being said, I think another crucial element to Pluto in Capricorn is, if you think about everything that's been exposed and revealed up into this point, right? I want you to just first of all meditate on since 2008 and then mainly since 2012, everything that's been exposed. Remember, we have to give this to astrologers because astrologers have pointed out that Pluto and Capricorn would expose the government. And, literally the Capricorn of all Capricorns, Ghislaine Maxwell, is the face of this Pluto revelation of CEOs that have not only gotten exposed, but no one got arrested. Oh, Samsara healing, talking about them being the new Messiah. Okay. I think that's a very good question. Wow, Samsara, you're amazing. The question you asked actually ties in to everything that I was talking about. So shout out to Big J, okay? Jesus left the temple and was walking away when his disciples came up to him and asked him to call to his attention to its buildings. Okay? Do you see all these things? He said. Truly, I tell you, not one stone here will be left on another. Everyone will be thrown down. Okay? As Jesus was sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately. Tell us, when will this happen? And what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of age? You have to understand that this is a Bible story based on a couple millennia ago, and they're talking about now. They're talking about right now. Okay? Watch out that no one deceives you. Jesus answered, watch out that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, claiming, I am the Messiah, and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, Ukraine and Russia, kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of birth pains. Then you will be handed over to be persecuted and put to death, and you will be hated by all the nations because of me. At that time, many will turn away from the faith and betray and hate each other, and many false prophets will appear and deceive many people. Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most people will grow cold. But the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all the nations. And then the end will come. Okay? And I want you to read the rest of the chapter, the day and the hour unknown, because it's very key here that you see, and then the end will come. Okay? But he who stands firm to the end. Think about the pressure that collective authority figures have forced people to follow their narratives. And you've already seen some people not stay firm. I'm not talking about people who, from the beginning, decided to agree with those narratives and stuck with them. They didn't flip-flop. They chose that decision. I'm talking about people who they wanted to do something, but they flipped under pressure. If you didn't pass this first 2 years, you're not going to make it. I don't know what else to say. Only those who stay firm to the very end. But the most crucial passage here, okay, which is so very important, is, and this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. Why is this important? He just explained that the period we are on now is the beginning of the end. It's the birth pangs. We're literally starting to see nations set themselves up against other nations, earthquake in various lands. And the thing about these scriptures is you've seen every time period reference this. Like when England, like when Napoleon was alive, they thought it was the end days. They said Hitler was the Antichrist and Napoleon was the Antichrist. That's why it's so very important that I'm referencing the astrology here to show you, fuck what they were talking about. It's this period. Everything that's happening is about this period. And we are literally in a transition period between the beginning of the end and the end coming. The end coming, are you ready? Is April 2023 with Pluto and Aquarius. That's when the tribulations really begin. They began 2020, but that's when we're out of the beginning of the end and we're actually coming into that. Okay. And the reason why this is so very important is, what do we know about the in between the rumors of war and the beginning of then, where we're at right now, and the end actually coming? What is the prerequisite for the end beginning? The gospel, this is going to be the most important thing that I say right now. The kingdom of God is here. Listen, the gospel is going to be spread throughout the entire world. We know that this happens during a period where those people who stay firm until the very end will be saved. And after the gospel is spread throughout the whole world, the end will come. Who is spreading that gospel? Like, who is spreading that gospel? You're spreading that gospel. The gospel is like, before now, religious dogma twisted the meaning of these scriptures to make you feel that it's what some preacher and Catholic Pope wanted you to believe it was. The gospel is the revolution of the individual. It is the fact that the kingdom of God is within you and that you have the Holy Spirit to connect directly with source. The gospel that you're preaching to the world is that wake up. You have spirit. You are not just a physical body. You can create miracles. It is a fact. Jesus Christ told the disciples that you will perform miracles greater than me. And you had Paul and Peter healing people with their shadows because of the spirit. Okay? Accepting Jesus Christ, the gospel of Jesus Christ, accepting Jesus Christ in your life is a full-on alignment with logos, logic, living in spirit and truth, treating other people the way you want to be treated. We can take the dogma away from it. Whether you call it Yeshua, Jesus, Allah, you're living in spirit and truth by accepting the hypostasis of man who is in the form of God, God who became man in the form of Jesus Christ. You are, through aligning yourself with that logos, with Jesus, with Christ, aligning yourself in spirit and truth to Christ consciousness so that God's will can be done through you, and in alignment we all collect together. I'm trying to break that down in the least religious dogma way, because many of you may not proclaim Christianity, but you're still spreading the gospel because you're treating others the way you want to be treated, and you're spreading the gospel of the revolution of the individual. The best way I have to say this is 144,000 people are going to share across the world the message of supernatural abilities. And based off of that, everyone in the world will have the position to anchor their abilities. And then the end comes where you have to use your superpowers to make it through this tribulation. And that doesn't have to be flying. Some of your superpowers could be this resilient determination and willpower to make it through the shittiest of situations. That's a superpower. Some of your superpowers is patience, literal patience to make it through the most challenging of circumstances. I really highly recommend you read Matthew 24. Okay. Very, 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 very important. The whole notion of an actual son of God, like an actual being that personifies God, is a real thing. Like, this is why we follow this model. It's not an imagination. This is why the world you're in wants you to deny Jesus. When you deny Jesus, you deny that aspect of that power that allows you to also harness the Holy Spirit. Don't get caught up in the politics and what it's called. Get caught up in the practical application of it, because it's not arguing philosophically with people about whether the gospel is right or not. It's feeding the poor. It's helping the sick. It's taking care of widows. It's visiting. Like, you will have people argue all day about whether it's Jesus or Allah, but when that prostitute comes into your vicinity, you judge her. You judge the poor people begging you for money. You judge the criminals in the prison system, but you don't do any prison reform. You're not like Jesus, who washed the prostitute's feet, and his own disciples were like, nigga, she's a hoe. She's a hoe. You're the son of God. Get up. She's a hoe. And Jesus said, no, that's why I'm washing her feet. People don't get what it's about. They don't get it's about the actual work. They don't get it's about actually living it, not about acting like you know more than people because they have different beliefs than you. And this is coming down to see who is who, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what else to say. Okay, you feel me? Like this is why in the Bible it says not everybody who calls on my name is going to go to heaven, but we healed in your name, Jesus. But we cast demons out in your name. And what did Jesus say? Who he was going to say? I don't know you, nigga. Goodbye. Peace. I don't know you. Okay. It's not because you see people literally thumping the Bible that they're going to go into heaven. That's not how it works. If that was the case, everyone would go to heaven. Okay. These people were asking Jesus, why the fuck are you with that tax collector? That's a tax collector. That happens in this day and age. Why are you with that tarot reader? Why are you with that OnlyFans model? Why are you with that Republican or that liberal? You feel me? Kill that. It's the end of the world. Like, none of that shit matters. It's the end of the world, y'all. Okay. Anyway, the last thing I want to recap is the fact that your blossoming superpowers coming into the enlightenment of Gemini. Jesus is the realest nigga alive. That is a fact. The fact that you're coming into this enlightenment period, okay, is putting you in a position to realistically, oh yeah, all day, realistically put you in a position to open up like never before the thriving of this new facet of yourself. Now, the new facet of yourself is stepping you into the new heaven and new earth. This 2022 period is a transition period into the rest of the apocalypse, which after the 7-year tribulation is a snapshot of the new generation bringing in the new heaven and the new earth. Key years here: 1988, okay, North Node in Pisces. This is their last lifetime. And then 1979 and 1997. North Node Virgo, heaven to earth. You may be attached to anyone during these years. They might reach out to you if you're a part of that project or not. I said 1988, but then there's an older one too. If anyone has North Node Pisces before 88, that applies to you too. Okay, every North Node is involved in here, but I wanted to really speak on those. Like North Node Virgo is the new Earth protocol. North Node Aquarius is the new Heaven protocol. So for North Node Leos and Aquas, you're a part of that too. Okay, John 13:34. Thank you. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't want to get too transit heavy. Like I can go in now into the whole transit about how like Taurus season, Pluto retrograde and Taurus season is going to manifest the fullness of your abilities. Gemini season is going to blossom your awareness of the true experience. Cancer is going to break you through the boss battle to functionness through your special manifestation of power before Leo and Virgo season integrates this into your social environments and where you start to really thrive and really blossom exponentially coming into Libra season, where you get ready for the final boss battle into the end of the motherfucking world, ladies and gentlemen. You are getting ready to be exposed all of the lies that you've been told. It's just the mainstream media and collective influences had billions of dollars at their luxury and exposure to lie to you real time about how to see this information that's been exposed. Well, now time is the ultimate judge. This is the end game. So now you're going to be revealed things that can't necessarily be spun, and you're going to see people's true colors. This is the part of the end game where now they remove the mask and they're like, we got you. What are millions of people enraged going to do after the people who got them already got them? All that's left is to deal with you who never fell for their BS, but they've weeded away their issue of numbers, and now the battle really begins. But you done leveled up and you are blossoming abilities. So I'm going to step into the live reading. Jerome, Evelyn, I got you. Oh, nice. Shout out to Evelyn. And then Valton. Okay. Whenever you hear me say that Jupiter story about how Jupiter blessed me with the daughter of Jupiter, right? Or Sagittarius, that story is actually about Evelyn. So shout out to Evelyn. Definitely pull Oracle card for you, or a few, or references that, right? So, and then the super chats, I got you too, guy. So if you look at the ticker down below, for any of you who would like an Oracle card, there is that information. Okay. I'm going to pull an oracle card for the zodiac signs, and then I will do the live readings. So, Aries. Yeah, the planets be coming through. I mean, you could even see it as you coming through. The planets are just functions of or aspects of you. Be like, yeah. Valton, go ahead. That's totally fine. Let me see. Oh. Oh, I got you. Cash App. Go for it. All right, Aries. Aries, we have here and now, and that comes with soulmates. I was choosing which one I was going to do, and I'll just do both. So that's beautiful. Sun punch. Hey, so Aries, soulmates, and tap into that here and now. Yep, Intuition Goddess, you can send through PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or Super Chat. What's up, Mac Dank? So go the distance wanted to come through, soulmates, for Taurus, but I'm going to do... Yeah, that Taurus, that could be your message. No, well, hold on. I'll just do a proper one. We have fork in the road with the North Node, and come to the edge, Taurus. You're already low-key an edge lord. Okay. Don't get so comfortable in your position that you forget you can come to the edge. Are you a vampire, Devin? Let me find out you a vampire. Hold on. Let me find out. I don't be trusting sun allergies. Are you living? Is there something you need to tell us, Devin? Is there something? I don't know. Hold on. Because that's very remarkable. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was some white people shit, too. No, I'm just joking. Oh, shit. Are you Blade? Are you Blade? All right, Gemini. So what we have for you is Yang, baby. So we definitely have you. This is literally you blaspheming your superpowers. And I told you, remember how I told you it was going to start Gemini season? There you go. So this applies to everyone too. So listen, this is definitive proof. Like I said, Gemini season, you are legitimately blossoming your supernatural abilities. Okay, Gemini, this is where you're going to see literally fire coming through your, like, this is it. This is it. This is it. Yeah. And we also have a leg up. So this blossoming is going to help you, like, literally break through any situations that may have limited you. Yo, I don't think people know K Dot is a Pisces moon. So like when K Dot said he's everybody, he's a collective individual. The way his face morphed, like, dude is a legend. And he carries forth the collective. He's literally he literally is Prince. He's like the new generation Prince. He's tapped into Prince. He literally channeled Nipsey from the other life because his moon is in Pisces in heaven. Like, Kendrick's existence is collective individuality with his music to steer the collective. So it's very important that he's dropping his album at the very end of the Jupiter cycle. Okay, like it's gonna change a lot. But other than that, Cancer. See, and Nipsey was a Pisces rising. I didn't even know that. I noticed how everyone who he channeled was connected to him, like Jussie and Kanye and Will Smith, Gemini rising, Gemini sun, Gemini rising. And then, of course, Nipsey Pisces rising. Like, it's not why he did it, but I just thought that was an interesting correlation. So Cancer, we do have Yang for you as well. This is the next step of the book. Absol has an album coming out too. Oh shit. Oh shit. Those are two people who dropped. Then when they drop, everything changes. Like it's kind of weird. You don't really see that's crazy. I didn't know Absol was dropping. I thought he wasn't dropping no more. But we do have also Orphaned. That Absol album's about to be fucking fire, y'all. The Kendrick and Absol, holy shit. So whereas Gemini got a leg up, Cancer, this is just you all depressed and lonely, just all in your motherfucking feels. But we do see that with the Yang. I feel like personally, you might be helping those who identify with that too. I didn't mean to make fun of you here. I feel like you might really make it your mission to crusade against the orphan. Oh nope. Nubian Queen, I had no idea. Okay, this is what I'm picking up. Are you ready? Cancer, I'm getting that you're deliberately gonna be orphaned. I'm getting that you're literally gonna blossom. So like Gemini is gonna blossom abilities and they're gonna get a leg up on the competition. You're gonna blossom superpowers and people are gonna orphan you. People are gonna literally ostracize you. People are gonna treat you like you're a loser because you're so much more psychic. So you're gonna walk into the room, read everyone's mind, and now like people are just gonna be like, oh my god, she's a freak. Oh my god. Because like Gemini can do it in a way that's kind of slick. You're too powerful, Cancer. So like you're gonna freaking scare everyone. You got Pluto opposite your sun. And so like sucks to be you. Like I don't know what else to say. Like that kind of sucks. Like you're like people are gonna run the fuck away from you. Like they're like, oh my god, Cancer, that was so awesome. And then they're never gonna talk to you again because they're gonna be so fucking scared. They're like, oh my god, she can fucking read my mind for real. Oh my god. So like, look, my nigga, it's like you can't even hide it. You're gonna try and hide your superpowers, and then you'll just be talking to people, and they're just gonna be like, you're gonna try your hardest. You're gonna be like, okay, I'm just gonna talk about the weather, and I'm not gonna say anything too deep because y'all know how y'all be trying to go deep. Well, no, see, now it's backfiring. See, y'all be trying to be woke. Look. You're gonna be just talking about the weather. Be like, oh, it's probably a nice day. But the way you talk about the weather is gonna speak exactly to what someone was feeling last night. And they're like, I have to go. And like, you're gonna lose so many friends, Cancer. I'm so proud of you. You're gonna lose so many friends. I'm so happy for you. Yes. Oh, I love you, Cancer. It's all good. Yes, I'm talking shit. Yes, I'm talking shit. It is what it is. My bad, yes. Oh, Cancer, they do y'all so dirty. They gonna cry. They're gonna cry so much. They're gonna cry, and it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not their fault that they're so goddamn psychic. It's not their fault. Stop making it their fault. They didn't ask to be this psychic. They're just so holy. All right, Leo, we do have building blocks. So you are building the building blocks of your empire, your empire. Oh my God, Leo, holler at me, like invite me. What the fuck? Milk and honey? Are you serious? So you're building the blocks of your personal milk and honey. This is like 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. So you're creating your bliss, but you have to really keep with the building blocks and not necessarily skip steps. Okay. Good shit, Leo. Virgo, we do have come to the edge. This is what Taurus got. So, yes. So get your edgelord on. Get your edgelord on. It is hard being a Capricorn. It's not easy, especially with Pluto. Get your edgelord on. This is very important because actually, I'm very scared. And I'm going to tell you why. What? You too? Wow. Are you serious? You too? What is this? Come to the edge, Virgo, because your milk and honey is there. Whereas Leo has to take the steps. Virgo, come out your comfort zone, B. Like, come to the edge. Like, we need you out here. And this is where you're going to get everything that you want beyond what you're scared. See, you're not scared, but don't be hesitant. Like push yourself to the edge. Now, I have something to say about Virgo. Sagittarius, this is your fucking fault. This is your fault, Sag. I didn't want to talk about this, but this is signs of the end of the world. In every group, you have one critic. You know what I'm saying? You have to have one person who tells the rest of everybody, this is bullshit. Yeah, they're the party pooper, but we need this. Okay? Guys, Virgo is a believer now. Virgo is a believer. And this is bad. This is very bad. Because Pisces is the believer. And like the one person on the team that has to tell everyone else this is bullshit believes now. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're so fucked. We're so fucked. Guys, I need your help because like Spirit told me this and I have a decision to make. Virgo's a believer now. They're the ones that are like, this is bullshit. Now they believe. Now we don't have someone on the team who's like, this is bullshit. What are we going to do? So like, these are the options that I got. The options that I got. Pisces will never doubt. Pisces will always be a believer. Pisces is a believer because of Virgo's a believer now because of Pisces. And here's the thing. Here is my options. It's not fair. Scorpio can be the critic. Scorpio will be the critic. And Scorpio is too pure. If Scorpio's the critic, everything is trash. Everything is trash to Scorpio. At least with Virgo's at least fair. But Scorpio doesn't like anything. And so I'm like, no, Scorpio can't be the critic. But like the only way to save it is if Scorpio or Sagittarius is the critic. Now see, Sagittarius can do a much better job than Scorpio, but then it's Sagittarius. So like, it'll be amazing. If Sagittarius is the critic, it'll literally be amazing. It'd be so much more fun than Virgo until they decide they don't care anymore. And then it's fucking the worst. And then everything burns down to a crisp. So like, it's a literal gamble. Brett, thank you. That's why I was like, it can't be Sag, but I don't want Scorpio to do it because Scorpio's gonna make everyone step their shit up. And it's just like, no, like we won't be able to just bullshit. Like it just really scared me. Now someone said let Libra do it. And like we can, but like Libra has the Pluto square, so that's just not gonna work. Like the only one who really can do it is Scorpio or Sagittarius. And like Capricorn is evil. We can't. They got Pluto. Capricorn will do too good of a job. We could do Aquarius, but no. Aquarius will just troll you the whole time. We can't do Aquarius. Like we can, and they'll troll us the whole time. Sagittarius is just too wild. Sagittarius plays too much. So like, I'm sorry, Sag, I can't trust you. You will easily do the best job, but like you're not consistent. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is why we need Virgo. But Virgo's a fucking believer. Do you know why Virgo's a believer? Sagittarius. Now, I told you it was Pisces, but it's really Sagittarius. And I have to come clean. I'm going to go into Libra. I'm sorry, but I have to talk about this because Saturn is going to go into Pisces, y'all. And Virgo's a believer now. It's the end of the world. Now, as a Gemini, we may have been responsible for miscommunication. Because, like, Virgo's a believer. And if Virgo's a believer, Virgo's now in love with Pisces. And if Virgo connects with Pisces, it's the end of the world. You see, the realms have been split. And in the splitting of the realms, we've sponsored duality. And so every time Virgo starts to get with Pisces, well, we in Gemini land, we just instigate their beef. And we've for so long been managing miscommunication between Geminis or between Pisces and Virgo. We'll just tell Virgo one thing and then we'll tell Pisces the other, and then it keeps them apart. Now, Sagittarius has seen us do this for ages and they hate it. Sagittarius believes in love and all that bullshit. So they've seen us get in the way of Virgo and Pisces union. They love it and they hate us because they think that we're wrong for keeping the shit separate. We don't give a fuck about their love. We can't have them come together. I'm coming clean. We can't have them come together. We can't. Sagittarius want to see all this love and shit, and now Virgo's a believer. So Sagittarius, this is all your fucking fault. Since you motherfuckers want to be heroes and believe in motherfucking love. I'm done. That's all I wanted to say. And I know Libra helped you too. I know Libra helps you in everything you do too, which means this is a Leo Libra Sag affair. Okay? See? You see? Sometimes you gotta do can't help it. It is what it is. All right, Libra, we do have Orphaned, which is very connected to Cancer because Cancer is your 10th house. So this Pluto square might have you feel lonely. But we also do have new life. You see how both of you are on a pedestal? Oh my gosh, this is transforming you. Many of you are going to go from orphaned to this new life. This is a total transformation. I love that. Enjoy this Pluto retrograde. You see? This is why y'all need me. I am the heartless Capricorn moon that needs to deprogram you from this brainwashing of love. Love is evil. You have to watch who you fall for. You have to understand you produce the same chemicals in the brain as insanity is when you're in love. And so think about how Neptune and romance are commingled. Think about how the whole essence of romance are two grown people lying to each other about how they feel. I love you, baby. I just want to have sex, but I love you too. And then they swap spit with each other and convince each other, now that they've built oxytocin and bonding hormones, that they care about each other, even though they're wired biologically just to procreate. This is a finesse. You need my heartless ass to take you away from this delusion of love. You need this. I am the necessary evil you need. Okay? This is how they're finessing you with love. You will remember my words. You will remember my words. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, Scorpio. This is why Pisces never mind. We have exchanging gifts. Scorpio with the North Node, South Node, you're exchanging gifts. And we also have deep knowing. This is wisdom. Okay. No, Devin, don't worry. It's not the Gemini. It's the Cap Moon. Don't worry. The Gemini likes love too. The Gemini flirts with love. It'd be like, I think I'm in love. I don't think I'm in love. I think I'm in love. I don't think I'm in love. It's the Capricorn moon that's like, fuck, screw this. It's the Capricorn moon that's just like the clown mic, like no, we're good. We don't need to have feelings. It's the evil Kermit in my Gemini sun arsenal. Don't even worry about it. You don't need that. You don't need to catch feelings because it's literally opposite of Cancer. Like, y'all don't understand that Capricorn is opposite Cancer. So like Cancer feels like moon in Cancer nurtures you. It cares about you. And like people just don't understand why the moon in Capricorn, this shit is like people will cry in our face and we're like, ew, control your emotions. Ew. The moon in Cancer is not heartless. It's gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I feel it. They're literally empathic. Like they feel it. Moon in Cap feels it, but it's like, ew, you could have controlled your feelings. Ew, what is wrong with you? And like people don't understand that we don't feel like it is what it is. But I don't care. It doesn't mean that we still don't process feelings. So people don't understand how we just don't care. Like it's just like, ew, like what is ew, ew. Ew, what is wrong with you? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Like Hitler was a cat moon. Napoleon was a cat moon. 6ix9ine is a cat moon. Like we on a different type of time. Those are horrible comparisons. But we on a different type of time. I don't know what to say. The Rock is a cat moon. Sure, but Johnny Depp is a cat moon. Shout out to him. So not every cat moon is evil, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just different. It's just different. So we do have, of course, for Sagittarius got the same card as Gemini. Hitler, though, I know. Yang. Gemini and Sagittarius got to Yang. Okay. That's so interesting. Gemini and Sag, I think y'all are the axis that's bringing this blossoming into effect. But both of you are blossoming big level stuff. So whereas Gemini has a leg up, you have building blocks, just like Leo. So you're using this Yang to second house Capricorn, build building blocks. I got you, yo. That's it's crazy. Sagittarius, that's really wild. I love Aqua Moon. Aquarius Moon is my favorite moon sign. Oh, yeah. All right. So, Aquarius. I feel you. Yeah. This stereotype that Cancers are crybabies is actually played out. Because what I learned is it's not that Cancers are crybabies, is that Cancers are so psychic, they can't help but be empathic. Actually, Pisces are more the crybabies. Like they love to cry. Cancer at least will have substance, even though y'all be OD emotional. But like still, I do empathize. Like a lot of Cancers are kind of don't have a choice. Like they kind of they can't not feel what you feel. So like it is what it is. But we do have Aquarius. Oh no, we didn't do Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, we have peace. And then we also have between worlds. This between worlds is Jupiter going through Pisces and Aries, and that's where this peace comes in, because you're finding peace in balancing both the astral and the material. Oh yeah, that's a fact, Nathan. The between worlds is interesting because peace is going to be your medium with which you're in a position to be aware of both worlds. So kind of similar to Virgo, many of you are going to awaken awareness of both realms while you're conscious instead of having to be asleep to access one, right? So personally, yeah, Cancer moons are great actors. Trust. They know how to feel. They know how to. Cancer moons can cry on demand. Like they're really good actors. All right, so Aquarius, we do have new life. Who else got this? Libra got this. So Libra got orphan new life. We have you with new life. Mending. So you're going to also be mending relationships that probably went awry and wounds with this new perspective, with this new life. This is preparing you for Pluto in your sign, by the way, because Aquarius, you're next. Let's talk about that. It's been nice knowing you guys. Um, every single sun in Aquarius and moon in Aquarius you've ever known is basically like a sleeper cell. Really more the moons. Like you think they like you, but you're just mortals to them. You're just like an animal. Aquarius, I'm sorry, I just have to spill the beans. I'm sorry. Do you have an Aquarius friend? You're nothing more than a mortal to them. You're just a mortal. You're just a human. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you, but like you're just on their chessboard. Now Aquarius isn't gonna tell you this. Okay. See, Capricorn was up on the mountain looking down on everyone. Now Pluto exposed them all. You feel me? Aquarius, you're next. And it's not a bad thing. Okay. I'm just saying, like, they're celestial kings and queens. They don't care about you. You're just the means to an end. Now, that doesn't mean they don't like you. I'm just saying you're not them. To them, they're them, and you're just mortal. Like, I don't know what else to say. And the reason I have to say it like that is, have you seen Invincible? Okay, the whole notion of Viltrumites coming through and invading. Now, don't get it twisted. Aquariuses haven't awakened yet. So all Aquariuses are doing the side eye to each other. They don't even need to know the birth charts. They already know that each other's are Aquariuses. They're doing the side eye to each other like, our time is coming. Our time is, it's finally time to take over these mortals. It's the new age of Aquarius. You don't even know. They looking at Sag. They looking at each other like, it's time. It's almost time. Don't worry. We don't have to wait much longer. I'm in peeping. I'm in peeping. I'm in peeping. The Aqua Moons too. Aqua Moon, you're not slick. Aqua Moon, you're not slick. You too. You just been like, don't worry, you foolish mortals. Your time is coming. Don't worry. And like, they've been talking about Pluto and Aquarius. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's the Viltrumites. The Viltrumites are coming through. They're an advanced society and civilization. They're so much more genius than you, and they're gonna take over. I don't know what else they don't see. They see you as the way we see animals is how they see us. Like, seriously, seriously. When they take over, they're gonna be like, "Where's your humanity?" They're gonna be like, "Well, you didn't keep that same energy with the animals. So what if we treat you like livestock? What's the difference?" Like, that's it. I don't know what else. That's why it's so hard to tell you this, because like it's about to go hardcore left. Like all the Aquarians you've ever known are gonna act brand new. Once the aliens and Viltrumites come through, they all gonna be brand new. They're gonna be like, "Wait, Aquarius, you're one of them?" And then the Aquarius is gonna be like, "I don't know. I don't know that mortal. I don't know who that mortal is." "Well, Aquarius, I thought we were friends." "I don't know that mortal." Unless you're a Gemini, then all the air signs will be exempt. But listen, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Be like, I know. I'm taking a risk telling you this right now. I'm risking my life just telling you this right now, because like, I bet you thought Ellen liked you. No. I bet you thought Oprah liked you. No. It's over. Your own brother. Yes, look. Some of your own relatives. Some of your own relatives is going to act brand new. But you're my sister. I don't know you. You're my mortal sibling. You're just my mortal sibling. Yes, Aqua Risings, you too. Yes, Aqua Risings. Hold on. They gonna feel like it's revenge. Like, yeah, y'all called us crazy. Y'all try to act like we were weirdos. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah, see? Lady Galactic. She's literally called Lady Galactic. Oh shit. Be careful. Be careful. You see, the Aquarius, you'll think they cool the whole time, and they are. You don't even know. You don't even know. That one thing that you were joking, you're like, oh, that's not serious. They took mental notes. They're like, okay, we'll see. We'll see if you last this alien invasion. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Pisces. Yes, Gemini's is good. Don't worry, they love us. Gemini's is good because we was talking mad shit before they did. See, what Aquarius does is Aquarius will tell Gemini their ideas, knowing that Gemini will say it and people will call them crazy. So Aquarius will look at how people react to Gemini, and that'll let them know whether they say it or not. They use us like that all the time. The Aquarius will tell us shit knowing that we got big ass mouths. We gonna tell everybody. Yes, you have no idea. Yes, yes. Oh yes, Aquarius has a whole Knight of Swords, yo. Like it's not a joke. Oh, it's amazing. All that glitters in chopped wood, Pisces. Okay, all that glitters is not gold, and also, put in that work. But I'm gonna pull actual card for you. We got you. We got you. Okay. Oh yes, I'm telling you. Like I love it though. I love it though. It's mutual. It's so mutual. Yes. Oh snap. Oh, I'm done. All right, Pisces. Angelica, you did the work. If you're worried, if you did the work, you did the work. Trust me. If you're scared or wondering if you did the work, you did the work. You don't have to worry. That's a really good question. So we do have here and now. And this is what Aries got. So we're ending where we started off, which is crazy. And then we also have mending. So you'll be able to mend certain issues by staying present. Okay. Can't resist. Gemini can't resist the brain tickle. Honestly, for every time that I've just gone off tangent and veered off course, I love each and every single one of you for being patient with my crazy ass. Thank you. Because the way I'll just go on a 5-minute tangent off course, like it's just unscrupulous. Y'all don't deserve that. So thank you for your patience. I hope you like the detours though, because we detour. I know you Pisces be loving the detours because y'all do that worse than I do. But like everyone else, I know it'd be irritating some of you. So the card that I have for everybody. Yo, we literally ended where we started. So look, this is the card we have for everybody. Yang. Look, look, this is so very important. You are blossoming supernatural abilities. You awakened it 2020, you strengthened it 2021, and you're experiencing it. You're blossoming it. Do you know what this is? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's really happening. Do you know what this is? Yo, hold on. Tyler Tarot rants are the top 3 best rants on the internet. Yo, Tyler Tarot will go off on a random rant and his rant will be a reading. It's crazy. He will go off. That's why your mama ain't shit, bitch. Like, yo, that is a legend right there. Shout out to Tyler Tarot. I got an interview, dude. It's one thing to see it live. Like that shit is legendary. That shit, he be going in. He be going in, dog. Like you fire signs are crazy with the readings. Y'all don't be holding back, dog. He be like, bitch, yes. He's psychic as fuck though. He is psychic as fuck though. Like now I see why he got all them subs, man. Like shout out to you, bro. But like, yo, do you know what this yang is, fam? Okay. First of all, Gemini and Sag got it. So this is going to blossom from June to December, okay? But let me show you what this is because What I'm about to show you is something I showed you before, right? But trust me, you saw me talk about it, and then you saw me pull the cards on it, right? And then you saw me pull it for everyone. Tyler Tarot, please check him out. He's lit. It could be an acquired taste for some, but like he's legit for sure. So, ooh. Okay, what I'm about to show you is this. So Gemini got it and Sagittarius got it. Gemini's role in this is what I'm telling you right now. Sagittarius's role in this is showing you. So I'm going to show you a video of Sagittarius role, and my role is telling you, but every single one of us is doing this. We're blossoming. What does that look like? Key control. Are you ready? Are you ready? What I'm about to show you is within 30 days, you're blossoming this, okay? What was just a conjecture is for it. Goddamn.
Okay, time to teach you guys how to fly. I know you're both anxious to get started, so let's just dive right in. So, let's see. The key to flying technique is energy control, which, you know, isn't all that tough once you get the hang of it. But if you want to zip around really fast, that's the kind of maneuvering you have to work your way up to.
The key is energy control? Come on, what's that even mean?
For real? Honestly, I've never had to explain it to anyone before. Okay, so you know how you've got this hidden reserve of power deep inside you?
What? Earth to go, hon. What you're saying doesn't make any sense.
Give me a second. I'll think of a way to explain it that works for you.
It's this stuff. Look.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the stuff.
Okay.
So what do you call it when someone does a move like that?
White chosen tricks?
You think that was just some kind of trick? No, I promise. That was the real thing.
Well, excuse me if I'm not used to seeing little kids blast rocks to smithereens.
Sorry about that. I just thought you could use your power, that's all.
Wait, are you saying without this energy I can't fly?
Try not to get worked up. You do need it to fly, but everyone has it. So we're gonna find it and help you to learn to use it.
You mean it?
Yeah, I promise. Hey, can you keep yourself busy a little bit? I have to get her up to speed on energy control before we can tackle flying.
Hey, bud, maybe she'd be better off on the ground. No, I am learning to fly.
Thanks for the input, but she's not gonna give up.
Good luck, Gohan. I'll see you later. Hurry up and learn it, man.
Hey! Now then, quiet your mind and relax. When you're ready, start slowly drawing out your energy from within. You see? So, you ready to try? Don't forget the relaxation part. Calm down. Don't stress yourself out. It's not going to happen if you're too busy beating yourself up to let it.
Okay, so that was actually the Dragon Ball Kai interpretation, and y'all are wilding about the moans. Y'all are wilding about the moans. I didn't even think about it like that. That was hilarious. The sounds are mad NSW. I get it, but like, I'm gonna watch that dub. But basically, you'll see she eventually does it because she's martial arts trained and she had the physical training. You'll see that Goten was able to do it at a young age because at a young age he's half Saiyan and he could control his ki. But this is energy control. 2020, you awakened the next level of energy or power within you. And in 2021, literally, qigong, I'm learning qigong right now too. Like qigong, you want to do every day because you can work your body out physically, but your body will get weak. But your chi grows stronger and stronger, but you have to cultivate it. You have to work that muscle. You have to train every day. So 2021 was basically the year. Thank you, Myra. 2021 was basically the year that you personally strengthened the circulation of energy in your body. And 2022 is where you can blossom it. If every single one of you, okay, sex will activate this for some of you. You have to breathe. If every single one of you if we were to do an energy ball exercise right now, within 5 minutes, you'll feel a force field around your body because of the magnetic electrical field creating a field. And I try to sound as scientific as possible. I was dumb as hell. But like, you'll literally feel it. But what you're blossoming is enough energy to actually see it, is enough energy to actually produce physical evidence of this qigong. For example, let me see if I can find it. So I showed you anime. Let me show you real life. Nei Chi Gong. And if you want to see the rest of that video, I have the link to that video there. By the way, that is a legitimate Capricorn power. Anyone can manipulate the world physically because everyone has Capricorn in their chart, but people with Sun and Capricorn especially can do it like this. Especially if you have Saturn Sun, you can manipulate. If you have Sun on your Saturn, you can manipulate the 3D reality. So like Aquarius has claircognizant ability. Sagittarius can create. This is why they got the Yang. So someone said that you're going to be at this level one day. And listen, people like Capricorn are progressing into ascended mastery. If you're Aqua, Pisces, and Capricorn and Sag, you're meant to teach these people. Cap Moon too, but Cap Moon is more the understanding of it. So you're more a vessel of that power. Whereas the Cap Suns actively control it. The Capricorn Moon is more a vessel. So it kind of works through us. But yeah, this is the blossoming here. Someone said that they're going to get there at that level. You are. You actually are. And the way this is going to blossom is it's not going to. The reason why that it might be hard for you is because you think it has to be hard, but it really doesn't. It's as simple as breathing. Okay. Oh, yeah, you Aqua Moon, so you're already advanced. And you Pisces, right? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Are you ready? So guess what we got with Yang? Are you ready? My favorite card here. Higher power, baby. Dude, this is not a joke. So not only are you blossoming this, the purpose of you harnessing your energy is to connect you with your higher self and higher powers. So a higher power is going to assist you with this. This is why I'm saying this is the next frontier. Conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. Higher power Yang is Sag. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Brett. So me at the Gemini end, or us at the Gemini end, is the doorway into it. And then Sag is literally the higher power end, which is so lit. Oh my God, it's so lit. So we do have Yang is the power to make things happen in the masculine. So this card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. 11:11, make a wish. What is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. So do you know why this is important? Because everyone perhaps has a special connection with the collective, but everyone connects with a different higher power. Some of you connect more with Jupiter. Some of you connect more with Saturn. Some of you connect more with Neptune. It is not limited at all by these planets. I'm just using these planets as an example, but there is a personification or expression of your higher power that you are committing to a spiritual relationship with. Some of you, that spiritual partnership is an actual relationship where you and your partner, Hyros Gamos, each other's higher power and wed that. So I love that. You have to understand your blossoming supernatural abilities, which is going to heighten your understanding of your connection with God. Other than that, we're going to get into the live readings, my friends. Thank you so much for your patience. And I'm going to go into the order received. And it looks like first we have Jerome. But one moment. Hard work 24/7. I got you. Supernatural. Yes, you can. For anyone who wants one. For everyone, we got Yang and higher power. You know what time it is. So this Pluto retrograde is going to have you blossom your superpowers. If you would like a live with the higher power, if you would like a live reading, please go ahead. We still have time. Okay. So hard work 24/7. What's good, John? We have, and we know you're Gemini rising too. So we have Yang. I know at your end, you're 100. I got you, Valton. Appreciate you. You're 100% helping and assisting and coaching, right? And we also have flexible. So you're finding different ways to, I feel like Yang is the second house Aries, but also 11th house Aries for you. That's redefining how you express your abilities. And we also have round and round. You're completing that cycle through Pisces too. So everything's coming back full circle that you'll level up where before it may have been a challenge. Okay. So that's lit. I love the Yang card that's coming out for people. That's so lit. Venus Alistar. Shout out to Anita's joint. Regeneration. Venus Alistar. Could be an exaggeration. We do have, oh my God, what is this? Y'all seeing me shuffle this deck, man. Everyone's getting the Yang. Look, there's a perpetual message here. Honestly, if you please assume all these live readings are for you too, because this is a very collective message. You are blossoming superpowers that you haven't blossomed before. So I have to read this because I didn't read the message for this. This is crazy. This is literally back to back. This card is coming out for real. Because listen, every single one of you is going to do the Yang, but like the actual manifestation of your Yang is not going to be someone else's Yang. Some of your Yang could be fire bending. Others of you could be air bending. Others of you could be water bending. So like this is just the function of expression. What you actually express, yeah, the one, it's 1, 2, will actually determine. I get nerdy about this shit because this is amazing. Okay, so we do have, of course, with Yang. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, stop. Oh, the masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents the power of action. We call them avatars, okay? The energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Venus Alistar, you got the Yang, okay? Amazing. Now is the perfect time to act. For now is the perfect time to act. This is all the Aries energy. For you can easily, or power, build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There's no reason to hesitate. You are a shaper of your destiny now. That's so awesome. Shout out to Capricorn, because Moon in Capricorn helps me understand how incredible Sun in Capricorn is. Because there's some shit y'all do that most people won't believe, but Moon in Capricorn be seeing y'all. Moon in Capricorn be seeing y'all. And Sun in Capricorn can see into the Moon in Cap. So like any Moon Sun connection is pretty legit. Next we have Samsara healing. Right. Straight up, not even once. Not even once. That's crazy. Samsara healing. So we do have unfinished symphony. Okay. This is you coming back around. Ooh, and milk and honey. So you're revisiting old narratives that come back around. And by you finally breaking through it and not really saying the same story that is being told to you, you break through into milk and honey. You may be regurgitating a narrative that you never agreed with, but people have harped on you. And once you allow yourself to just accept the perspective you know is right, boom. Hatred towards the gospel is because people want you to believe it is something it's not. We all need to recognize our personal relationship to God. Amen. Okay, so next we have Jerome. Jerome Niblas. So we do have blessed, beautiful. This is I love this card. And then we also have higher power. There we go, Jerome. Thank you. We went in. I love how the lives get better and better. And it's only cool because I'm bouncing back y'all energy. So, shout out to y'all. Y'all are amazing. Okay. Blessed and higher power is lit. You're going to really understand how much more you're blessed with this connection. And you're going to be manifesting serendipity after serendipity after serendipity and regeneration. I think with this higher power, you'll be able to regenerate wounds and heal people and help them regenerate as well. Evelyn Alvarez. Boom. Oh, snap. So we do have time for a nap. Interesting. Oh, that's a fox. Time for a nap. This comes with the fates. So the fates is definitely in alignment with destiny during this period. And we also have imagine. So I feel like, dream state, taking time off to just rest will stimulate more of your imagination, and you'll begin to see more, or you'll continue to see more and more alignment with your destiny and everything that's meant to occur. And I know this has a lot to do with your North Node in Taurus, the North Node in Taurus for sure too. So that's definitely the fates, which is awesome. I am using the wisdom of the Oracle divination card deck. Any messages from Spirit? Oh, nice. Your rising is Sagittarius. We have all that glitters and also a change in the wind. So if you're hit with all this fool's gold, especially with like things that look good but just aren't, this is definitely changing the quality of. So I think this is unrelated to this too, but a change in the wind, of course, is this post eclipse with the Taurus transit. Oh my God, a change in the wind is literally Gemini season. So this is talking about Gemini season. Okay. And this is what's going to unveil what's really valuable, because I think there's a whole bunch of opportunities that look good, but you have an idea, right? Oh, nice. That's amazing. Sag rising makes so much sense. You have an idea, right? Of what might be really valuable, but the change of the wind will reveal it, and you'll see what passed the test of time. True love and connection. Woo. True love, connection. We have all that glitters, but also time to go. So I think you're recognizing that any influence in your life that looks the part but isn't the part, you don't need to waste your time with trying to build or understand. It's time to go. I think you're going to be revealed more like fool's gold in people and situations, and this is going to have you move on accordingly. So next we have Valton TV. So we do have exchanging gifts, and this comes with to be fair. I like this because the element of fairness is here. So this is saying in the way you exchange gifts with your time, how do people treat your time and how do you treat theirs? And I also see this as the gifts that you're exchanging with your ancestry as well, or your ancestors, your communication with them versus what they hook you up with, and you kind of striking a deal with the to be fair. Okay. But I see this as the gifts you exchange with others. Are you sharing? Are you giving more to people than they're respecting for you? And this is how you'll know who's right to be around or not. So next we have Jane Jackson. Jane, we do have Unfinished Symphony. So you are returning to several narratives that will have you now come out on top. Okay. And what's very important is there's certain life scripts and programs and stories that now that you've awakened to a higher sense of awareness, you can now understand and transcend this same story in ways that don't hold you back and now give you back power. Matt Wilcox. Matt Wilcox. We have Truth Be Told. Honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. There is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and spirit will answer with miracles. Miracles. Necessary truths. We do have truth be told. Oh my God, I can't make this up. Wow. Listen, I don't know what kind of magic juju is in the air. Is it 29 degree? But you literally saw me read truth be told. Necessary truths. Obviously, you have necessary truths that you just want to be bold in expressing and not holding back. But the irony. Oh, all right. Taya Roth. Seriously, I can't make this up. Like y'all watching real magic happen right now. Okay. Taya, we have flexible. Martini in a bottle. Teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. A tree's roots are solidly planting. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane. Whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down, consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now. Willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. Thank you. I'm doing my part, y'all. All right, next we have Brandon Walton. Brandon, we have chaos and conflict. Okay, 33. I slept on this deck. This deck is fire. I forgot who got this. Disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. Wisdom of the Oracle. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well. We call in our soulmates. As you become unmoored by it, scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself that you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outwards and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. That's what the book says. What I'm picking up intuitively is throw hands. This is saying that you might have to kick some ass and take some names, but I have Mars and Aries, and that might be too savage of advice. So next we have Shannon Aug. Shannon, we have just imagine, imagination, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember that song, but blah, blah. You know that song. This is the portal to open every supernatural. Okay, everything doesn't have to be supernatural, right? But this is the portal to open all of your intent and make everything you want happen. I feel like you're redefining your relationship with your imagination as something that you not just do, but a precious gem that you take so seriously because every time you imagine, magic happens. Okay, could you imagine? Then we have fork in the road. Your imagination is going to help you process different viewpoints. And we do have a change in the wind that will bring forth this fork in the road and really put you in a position to real time know what decision to make. So allow your imagination to guide you forward, okay? And I really hope that was accurate to you. All righty. That being said, ladies and gents, we are going to end this broadcast right here. I'm so glad that this was, shout out to Jessica, I'm so glad that this was another W stream. 320 people watching live readings. Y'all are amazing. And I hope that the readings that came out to other people were accurate for you too. Last thing I want to say moving forward is the tarot card I have is the Wheel of Fortune. So you're going to come into some evolution. Sharon, yes, I did pull cards for you. So please make sure I pulled your cards. If you look at the replay, I pulled your cards. Oh. Wait. That's interesting. I don't think I ever pulled cards for you. Oh, that's why. Okay. But other than that, oh, yeah. No, my bad. Let me refresh it. That's why. Yeah, Sharon, I pulled your cards before Necessary Truths. So right before no, that can't be before Necessary Truth. I pulled your card after Samsara Healing. And I believe it was after Samsara Healing and before Necessary Truths. But I just mentioned the placements. Because I remember I mentioned her placements and then I read her card, I believe. But I'm not entirely sure. Let me make sure. I remember I mentioned. Oops. There we go. Thanks for y'all patience. So I think this is unrelated to this too, but a change in the way. Oh yeah, no. I pulled your card. I remember. I did pull your card. I got all that glitters and a change in the wind. So when I talk about your placements, I pull your card right after. So let me know if you can't find it, but I did see it. Hold on. Project of 11, you'll be okay. We did get Yang and higher power, so call on your higher power. Call on God. You got it. Joel, I'm going to let you know the meetup spot in Miami, okay? Other than that, y'all stay blessed as always. Take a risk. Take a chance. There's going to be some luck and abundance with the Wheel of Fortune, and be prepared to blossom your abilities. Remember, we're at the end of the world, but you're only going to become more stronger than ever.